What's going on? Today we're going to talk about how to focus on the reward and not the process and become super successful at anything you're trying to do. My name is Michael Barayev. I was able to build a team of 150 plus sales guys. We did that with zero money invested, and we did it in less than 2.5 years. And now we have a sales company that's growing like crazy from coast to coast like butter on toast. So if you're looking for a sales job, you already know who to hit up. So let's talk about the reward and the process. I was talking to my brother the other day, and I was explaining to him that so many people in this world are so concerned about the process. They're so worried about what it takes to get to the promised land, to get the reward. And I always learned, this is what changed my life. Like, I never gave a fuck, and sorry for my language, but I never gave a crap about the process. I never cared about how long it was going to take to get something done for the reward. I didn't care about the energy I needed to put into it. I didn't care about how it made me look. Like, I'll give you an example. I was setting up table events in the middle of the street. I was knocking on doors. I was banging on phone calls. Like, I did not care. My ego was like, I'm nobody anyway. Like, what does it matter? Whereas a lot of people are so concerned about what's the process look like in order for me to get the reward. So, for example, me personally, I've been going to Muay Thai, right? And I love Muay Thai. And a lot of people join Muay Thai for like 2-3 days or mixed martial arts. They join for a couple of days, couple of weeks, and then usually by month 1, they start to disappear, right? Month 2 kicks in, you barely see them. Month 3, they're fucking gone. Why is that? Because you're so focused on the process of what it takes versus focusing on what the reward can be. Right? What do I mean by that? They don't want to get tired. They don't want to get sweaty. They don't want to get ugly. They don't want to get beat up. They don't want to go through the mundane bullshit. So what has helped me, and I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips, what has helped me so much in getting to the next level is I always focused on the long-term reward, right? Versus focusing on the short-term pleasure. So for example, I didn't care about, like for example, you see a cookie on a table, I look at that cookie and I'm like, damn, that's a beautiful fucking cookie. I want that cookie. Me enjoying it for the next 15 minutes, eating it, is going to feel so good. The muscle, the body, the endorphins, all this shit, dopamine, schmopamine, all this shit in your head. Problem is, it lasts for 15 minutes. And the regret lasts for fucking hours and days. Whereas, if I ignore that fucking cookie, I do not eat the cookie, the enjoyment of me having my ass for 30 fucking days is way more powerful than me having that cookie in my stomach. Because at the end of the day, it's only 15 minutes, right? And that's how many people miss out. They're so hung up on short-term pleasures versus long-term pleasures. They're so hung up on the small stuff versus the big stuff. And I'm the kind of guy, I rather focus on 30 days of having my six-pack abs, my agility, my mobility, versus having, 30 minutes of pleasure, right? And that's the mindset that's helped me out so much. So I don't really care too much about the painful process of not eating that cookie because the reward is so much greater, if that makes sense, right? Another thing that helped me out that I didn't really care about, which is what helped me out do door-to-door, phone call sales, whatever it may be, is I did not compare myself to other people's paths. I didn't worry about what this person was doing and how this guy became successful and how this guy was able to do it in this way. I didn't care. I was like, okay, this is my path. This is what I have in front of me, and that's it. I was also telling my brother that back in the day, I did not have a lot of opportunities. I did not have a lot of options. I used to have one option at a time. So when someone offered me an opportunity to work in door-to-door, I was like, fuck it. When someone gave me an opportunity to work in multi-level marketing, I was like, fuck it. When someone gave me an opportunity to work in sales, I was like, fuck it. Nobody really gave me opportunities. I had to fight for them. So because I didn't have that many options, I was able to choose one and just go all in. Whereas nowadays, everyone has a million options, especially in dating. Everyone has 1,000 freaking options. They have this girl, that guy, this guy. It's just crazy. And they don't recognize that the options is what fucks you up. Sometimes you got to just, whatever you see, if it's a good opportunity, attack it and fucking move on. And don't worry about the process. Well, I got a cold call for 6 days a week. Who gives a shit? What are you really trying to accomplish? What is the reward? When you focus too much on the process and you're worried about the process, you will never get the reward. Whereas to me, I'm like, fuck the process. Let me just get the process over with so I can get the reward. Does that make sense? So another thing that helped me out is I really enjoyed the process. I fell in love with the process. I became best friends with the process. I don't think about, like in the beginning, what got me to create the action was the reward, but now I'm like, let me enjoy the process because the next 3 months, I'm going to be pounding my ass in the gym. The next 6 months, I'm going to be pounding my ass in the field and not making enough money probably the first day, the first week, the first month. I'm not going to see the results right away, but I'm going to keep pounding it. And that is the mindset, falling in love with the boring process. Because the process is fucking boring. Think about it this way. In the gym, you show up. You work out. Same fucking workouts every fucking week for the most part, unless you change it up a little bit. You go home, you drink your protein shake, you go eat, you go sleep. You do it again, 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 again. 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week in, week out. You don't really see that much results. The first 6 months in the gym, you don't really see that much. All of a sudden, boop, your bicep starts to peak. All of a sudden, boop, your tricep starts to peak. All of a sudden, your chest starts to get more stronger. Like, you start to see your body morph into this beautiful thing because you enjoyed the boring stuff. You gotta learn to love the boring shit and enjoy the boring process to get that reward long term. I am so grateful that I did not give up when I was 17 when I started the gym. I'm so grateful because today I have an amazing body. I'm agile. I'm fucking flexible. I feel amazing all because I made those decisions, right? So remember to enjoy the boring process. Next, let time do its work. I know time heals everything. You break up with a girl, you need some time. You get into a bad relationship, you need some time. Time. You get into a fight with someone, give it time, you guys make up. Time is amazing. So I let time work for me. Time is my bitch. I already know that in 6 months, I already know what I'm going to be. So I'm not worried about, oh my God, it's going to take 6 months to get there. No, let time do its pace. I'm not really thinking about it. I just want to do the boring work and I'll get there. And time is really what gets you there. Whereas a lot of people are so anxious. They're so worried, right? And if you just let time do its part, it'll get you where you need to get to. And the last one is, last but not least, everything I do, whether it's Muay Thai, whether it's the gym, whether it's business, it doesn't matter. I make it into a game. Even when talking to girls, man, make it a game. I want to talk to X, Y, and Z, do this. Let's see if I can, if I can understand where she's coming from. Like, it's a game to me. Everything to me is gamified. I gamify my life. To me, it's a point system. To me, it's a game. I want to play the game and I want to master the game. To me, it's all about chess, right? If I move the pawn, then move the knight, then move the bishop, I move this, I move that. To me, that's my mindset. I play the game in a very strategic way. I like the game. It's fun. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and that's okay. But I make sure that I play the game, and I make it a fun game. And when you make it into a game, it becomes fun. Like super fun. Like for me, Muay Thai, I look at it as how can I get better, and also how many days a week can I go to the gym? Like I make it like into a game. I got to go at least 3 times a week. So to me, it just gets me excited when you make it into a game, and that's how time starts passing by, and you ultimately get the reward, and you forget about the process, and guess what? You get the long-term reward. And then you feel happy because you actually did what you said you were going to do. Right? So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Hopefully this helped you out. Hopefully this gets you closer to becoming successful in whatever it is that you're doing. And if you love this kind of content, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you. We're growing right now. Trying to get to 100K subscribers. We need your support. Share this with someone, and we'll see you guys in the next video.